welcome to the Lean On Agile podcast. I'm your host, Shahin. So we have recorded 2 episodes of Lean On Agile podcast already, and I figure out that I haven't talked about what Lean On Agile podcast is. As the name suggests, it's a podcast about Agile and more than Agile, something that we can use, something that we can build on top of Agile, something that is related to Agile, and something that can be applied on a daily basis. You guys are going to listen to interviews with the experienced people in Agile that I'm going to conduct. You are going to listen to some of the techniques or tools that I have applied in the past in the Agile space, and I'm going to share it with you. The previous 2 episodes was about Agile certification and about how to write conference proposals if you are planning to do such a thing. So there are going to be a wide variety of topics to cover. For the next 2 topics, I have talked to one of the authors of Fixing Your Scrum and one of the board members of Agile Alliance. So let me share with you the history of how this Lean On Agile podcast has come to an existence. I was listening to Agile podcasts for a couple of years, and the one that I really enjoyed listening to was Agile in 3 Minutes by Amitai. And then later on, I figured out the podcast, The Law of Raspberry Jam and Tea, from Esther and Victor. And the last trigger that made this podcast available was me listening to the keynote from Bob and Galen at Ottawa Agile Tour, Gatineau and Ottawa Agile Tour, or the GOAT. And he was talking about how branding yourself is important. It wasn't about the message of branding, but it was about how podcasting helped him grow and how podcasting helped him reach other people that he couldn't imagine reaching in any other way or format. So based on these 3 experiences that I had, I told myself that I might be able to do something different, and here we are with Lean On Agile podcast. Please subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, on Apple Podcast, on Google Play, on Google Podcasts, Spotify. We have on Stitcher and many other platforms that you guys are listening to your podcast. Let us know what you think about the couple of first episodes and what you enjoy listening to for the couple of episodes coming later on. And looking forward to be on this journey with you guys.